Hello students, welcome to this video. Again, before watching this video, attempt this question at least once on your own. Then watch the video. So this is the complete question. So again, it is asking what will be your response and examine the qualities of public servants which will be required to manage the situation. Again, if you see the question, the major problem seems to be in lack of preparation. Lack of prior preparation. So if you see in such rescue operations, these things are expected like anxiety, misinformation, heckling. So rescue team would already be prepared for that. So let's see how to start the question. The major problem here seems to be lack of preparation. The prior preparation involves understanding that public would be in anxiety during rescue operations. They may even be angered easily with misinformation, and the preparation should have involved mock drills that would have prepared public beforehand for appropriate response. Then loud mics and content to calm people and reduce anxiety, misinformation and violence during rescue operations. For example, if we convey on mics that rescue operations would stop if public resorted to violence, because here we need to incorporate an important principle. Violence cannot be means to any end. Violence cannot be used to achieve independence. Violence can only be used only as last resort to defend ourselves when no other means are available. So violence can be used only for self-defense. So when other people are trying to use violence, you cannot encourage it. Life is life for everyone. Whether it is rescue operator for others, violence cannot be means to anything. That should be very clear. But that doesn't mean rescue operators don't go for help. Let's see what they require to go for help. We will also convey that rescue operators are just ground workers and they are putting their life at risk to help them, and that any anger and heckle would only slow down rescue operations. So these things are necessary before taking on rescue operations. And they would also have protective gear for rescue operations in cases of rare instances of violence. For example, when you prepare people beforehand, when you understand the situation better beforehand, and when you tell the people, when you give content to the people, then the instance of violence would be very, very low. There would be very, very rare. Then even such instance happen, then protective gear would protect you. So this is how you prepare. You cannot just take on rescue operations as it is. The preparation means all these aspects should be there. That is how you prepare your plan. That is how you execute the plan. So except point 2, rest all can now be done. The reason we have discussed is we cannot have mock drills now, but rest all can be done now. We can give content, we can have protective gear, and we can understand it. So that would reduce violence, injuries, and increase preparedness. So then they would have no fear to rescue others, and they would do their duty, the duty which they are paid for, and fully informed about the consequences. So the rescue team would have no problem in doing their duty, because we are not encouraging violence, we would not accept violence as any means, and the procedure we follow would not have violence. Only it would be in the rarest of the rare case, and in that case also they would have protective gear, so they have nothing to fear, and they would go on. So people will be saved without violence. So both there will be no violence, and also people would be saved. And this is how we remove the dilemma. So what are the qualities that are required? For example, emotional intelligence is required to have control over our emotions and to use them constructively. For example, we would have to incorporate lot of patience, calm, tolerance to accept the situation and work hard for solution. And empathy is very essential. Empathy is essential to understand the problems of various stakeholders effectively. Without empathy, we wouldn't really understand the problem of the people who want to be rescued. We wouldn't understand the emotions of the rescue team. Without that, we wouldn't be able to do anything. The rescue team doesn't want us to tell us some quotes which they won't believe. They don't want us to tell lies. They want us to tell the truth. They want us to give the right justification for job. Only if we understand their emotions, then only we can get to the right solution. Until we do not rightly understand the emotions of different people, we cannot get to the right solution. So we need to understand emotions correctly. Then we can get to the correct solution. So rescue team want us to tell truth, give us right justifications. They want us to understand what they're really facing. They want us to understand their emotions. So we cannot tell lies. We cannot be hypocrite. Then they wouldn't be motivated. If we tell some quotes that we wouldn't ourselves follow, or if we tell lies that we wouldn't follow, then they wouldn't be motivated. They wouldn't go for the job, and at the same time, they may also lie. They may say that they are going, but they may delay on purpose, and they may not go on much rescue, because it is true, because there is some truth in their arguments as well, that their life is also important and that they cannot accept violence as means. So this empathy and emotional intelligence are very important. You need to understand the problems of various stakeholders effectively to be able to derive an effective solution that is based on truth and right justifications. We need tolerance and we need social skills to motivate others and to be able to coordinate effectively in such situations. And we also need other values like integrity, dedication to service, etc., that allow us to navigate the situation better. So this is what you need to understand, that we wouldn't encourage violence, but at the same time we would take all the preparations that doesn't allow violence, so there would be no violence. And even in the rarest of the rare case there is violence, we would be able to address it with protective gear. So this is how rescue operation should go on. So since we would understand their problems, the rescue team would be motivated. They would understand that we are saying truth and giving right justifications, and they would have no fear to go on rescue operations. So this is how the rescue operation should go. Life of everyone matters, and violence cannot be means to anything, and preparation should be done beforehand to anticipate all sorts of things. So if we see, it comes to around 228 words. If you miss 1 or 2 points, we'll get into well within word limit. We'll get well within 200 words. The word limit is 250, but we can get very good answer in 200 words. So you need to have lot of empathy and emotional intelligence that will enable you to analyze the situation effectively. Otherwise you wouldn't know what to do. You wouldn't understand where the problem is. Then you wouldn't be able to ask the right questions. Then you wouldn't arrive at the right solutions. So understand any issue comprehensively. Try to understand emotions of various people and try to understand what can be encouraged, what cannot be encouraged, what is right, what is wrong. So this is very important. Thank you.